You want the death penalty? Reapers, what's is good? It's your boy Laser. You guys are in the visor back with another scary reaction video. He's on this scary content. So team deliver that for you guys. This video reacting to top 10 disturbing interviews with evil people. Guys, I'm evil. I'm a whole villain. Now if you guys enjoy this scary content and more scary videos features, hit the like button. You subscribe to a notification bell icon. Also stream it every night on Twitch. Go streams are fucking amazing. Let's dive straight in this video.
Today we will be looking at some of the most disturbing interviews ever recorded with people that have done horrific things and show no remorse.
Like judging off in public, like me,
her family, to an interview with famous serial killers. I'll
You're
be discussing
fine.
These and more.
Hey, please do me a favor, baby. Please strip butt naked for me.
Only on today's top 10 list. Starting off this countdown, we have 𝐈𝐭'𝐬. 𝐈𝐭'𝐬 is often considered the first female serial killer. She was found guilty of killing 7 men. She would murder them, rob them, and then drive home in their cars. Although she claims every murder was self-defense.
I like the Harley Davidson shit.
In our interview, we can see how lax she is when talking about killing.
Just shot in self-defense. Boom, boom, boom. You know.
Bro, that's like, dude. The thing about these people, bro, like this, it's just like, you know, obviously the murders, that's scary enough, but it's like the way they just talk. It's like dude, this is like the mind of a psychopath. Like, you know, I'm crazy, but I'm not a psychopath. See, psychopaths, bro, they think in a way, like, psychopaths don't even, how do I explain it? Like, they lack something in their brain. It's actually like a real, like, thing. Like, they lack something in their brain that, like, distinguishes them from, like, everyone else. Like, I think they have, like, no fucking, like, what's it fucking called? Like, they just have no way of telling, yeah, they don't know what's right or wrong, basically. It's terrifying, like, being, like, you can, like, it's something, like, actually in the brain that, like, causes it. I can't explain it. Like, they don't choose to just be crazy. They're actually, like, straight up, like, crazy in the head. Like, I can't explain it.
They weren't cut up, they weren't sliced up, no OJ jazz, you know. And he said, I did the most horrendous crime in the whole wide world.
Death and murder literally doesn't faze her at all. In fact, she claims that what she did was...
Like, bro, these people, like, it's just crazy to think that, like, people have, like, whenever I think of crazy, I just remember that people like this exist. Like, how does, like, bro, I don't even have the balls to kill myself. Like, how could you even, like, have the balls to just tickle someone else's ball sack, bro, and make them fall on the ground? Tickle. How could you make someone just die? Like, how could you just kill someone casually? Like, I can't, the fuck? How do you just casually kill someone? I don't understand.
Even bad. Yeah, she tries to justify.
Like, whenever I've gotten so angry to the point where, like, I broke shit, but I just, like, I don't understand how you can get so angry or even just have the idea of just killing someone else. Like, I don't understand, you know?
Her actions by saying she just shot them. As if that's...
Death, like, here's the thing about death, bro. Like, dying premature is my worst fear. Like, premature death is so fucking scary. Like, it's my worst fear, hands down. I'm just, like, as far as, like, goddamn death, like, itself, I'm not really scared because it's like, you know, I know God's real. I know there's more afterlife, and, you know, if you don't believe, that's okay, but I do believe there's more afterlife. I don't believe that we just casually die and, like, that's it. I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe everything just ends like that. But it's like, you know, death, like, here's if it makes you feel any better to, like, all the people that are scared of death, we're all gonna die. Like, we're in this together. We're all butt buddies. The law of divine honest or onus, whatever the fuck you pronounce it. Everyone's connected or whatever. That actually, yes, you should study your laws, but for real,
that's not a big deal.
But you've been convicted of killing 7 men.
Everybody's looking at the number.
Does that not, you killed 7 men, 7 strangers. Does that not make you a serial?
I just know she smells like straight ass, bro. She just gives me that vibe. You look like you smell like straight ass later. I ate too much ass. I ate my mama's ass this morning.
You said I didn't kill him every day, did I?
Straight home Alabama.
Her killing 7 men isn't a big deal. Like, oh, it's just 7 men. People...
By the way, dude, completely random, but there's like a whole ass eclipse that's just casually about to happen. I don't know. I think it's gonna happen in like 30 minutes ish. I have my fucking guys. Do you guys ever don't lie, guys? Whenever we you guys remember the last eclipse? Don't lie. We all took our glasses, bro. And then we started looking around, pretending it had you know, see-through vision. So we would look through every sexy woman, bro, and just look at those fine ass milkers. And then, oh look, oh wait, not the hairy tree.
People have done worse. It's crazy. Moving on to number 9, we have the Night Stalker. Richard Ramirez, otherwise known as the Night Stalker, was an American serial killer and robber who killed 13 to 16 plus individuals. At his trials, the judge stated that he never showed any remorse for these doings. I think the creepiest part about his interview is when he admits to being evil.
Do you admit to being evil, Richard?
We are all evil in some form.
Don't say we are all evil. Yeah, just you, buddy. Don't bring me and everyone else into this bitch ass motherfucker. This guy out of all the people, bro. This guy. I can't stand this guy the most. I remember watching the whole documentary, that movie about him, bro. That shit was disturbing as fuck.
One way or another, are we not? Yes.
Wait, is this the same? This is the same guy, right? Wait. I was thinking of Jeffrey Dahmer, doy, but this guy's just as bad though. This guy's fucked. This guy's story, oh man.
I am evil. Not 100%, but I am evil.
And we see him try to justify his killings by saying the government does worse things to people.
Like, bro, these people are just terrifying. Like, to think they're real people, it's like us. Bro, it's just, guys, this is the deepest shower thought. Like, it's just crazy to think there's walking murderers out there right now. Like, there's someone out there that's casually just planning something in the future. Like, they could just be, like, some crazy lunatic, bro, just casually walking the streets right now. Like, there's just some, doesn't that ever just, like, trip you guys out? Like, that there's, like, a future murderer just casually walking the streets right now? Or, like, some crazy-ass lunatic just casually walking the streets? Like, have you guys ever just thought about that? That's so terrifying to think about on some real shit. Laser. Bro, guys, I'm not crazy. I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Come on now, relax. Bro, you know what's crazy? There's a lot of people out there that probably think I'm actually crazy, and it's like, guys, I'm not crazy. Motherfuckers probably got me on the watch list and shit, bro. Some people probably think I'm nuts. No, I'm not crazy. See, that's the thing, bro. When you're chasing your dream, you look so crazy to everyone else, but then, like, once it happens, like, once everyone sees, like, the whole world sees your creation, like, you just become a genius. You go from crazy to being a genius. So, like, your delusion becomes, oh, he's a genius. You know what I'm saying? I remember watching that fucking, what's it called? Never mind.
Than what he has done.
Serial killers do on a small scale what governments do on a large one. They are a product of the times, and these are bloodthirsty times. Even psychopaths have emotions if you dig deep enough. But then again, maybe they don't.
In our 8th spot, we have Edward Edwards. Edward Wayne Edwards, otherwise known as the Hook Man or the Man.
Guys, I have come to the conclusion that this man has 2 Edwards in his first and last name. Does he have Edwardy and his
And with the hook was an American con artist turned serial killer. In fact, when he committed his long list of crimes, he never wore a mask because he wanted to be famous. In 2010, he did an interview and confessed to all his crimes. Again, it makes me so uncomfortable listening to how killers took someone's life.
Taking his hand, he's going through the bottom of the duffel bag trying to find the cigarettes, and I'm standing right here. And I have the sawed-off shotgun, and I ease it out of the bag while Danny's down there looking, and
He's just too calm talking about all of this. During the interview, he also stated that he wanted the death penalty and thinks that he deserves it.
I want the death penalty.
You don't want us to be
You want the death penalty?
for a long time on everything else that's been going on.
Right, I got all.
Bro, look at his skin. Motherfucker looks like his skin's about to just shrivel up, bro. It looks more sexy than my fucking Dead Lawn's gravel. Like, Buddy looks straight out of Hogwarts, bro. He looks like that fucking what's that dude that looks like the fucking, what's that guy? I forgot his fucking name. Was it from Harry Potter? The dude that has like the shriveled up white face. I forgot. What was his name? Is that dude from Harry Potter, or am I thinking of something else? The fuck?
Not a healthy man.
In our 7th spot, we have Paris Bennett. During an interview with Piers Morgan, Paris Bennett, who at 13 years of age killed his young sister, admits that he did this as a way to punish his mother.
Specifically, in the end,
Yes.
to cause your mother maximum pain. This has achieved your goal, which was to effectively mean your mother lost both her children at once.
In 2007, Bennett convinced their babysitter to leave early and then proceeded to stab his sister 17 times. It's such a tragic case. What makes it worse is how he pretends to say he loved his sister. In the interview, he was asked to describe why he loved his sister, and he couldn't.
Because I loved her. I loved her with every fiber of my being.
They say it's like asking a colorblind person to describe the color red. they can't do it. He can't describe love because he can't feel it.
See, that's the thing, bro. That's the thing about these psychopaths or whatever. Like, they just lack something in them. It's like terrifying. It's like they're just not, they don't feel anything. It's like, I can't explain it. It's like a sociopath. Like, they can't distinguish between what's right and wrong. It's not that they even, like, they just can't. Like, they lack something in their brain. I think there's, like, look it up. There's like a whole brain scan on it. I forgot. But they just lack something in the brain that, like, it's not even that they choose to be crazy. They're not even aware that they're crazy. It's terrifying. That's gotta be like, that's terrifying just to think about. Like, imagine just being crazy and you have no idea that you're even crazy. You know, that's the definition of being crazy.
Exactly like she said. It's because Paris is incapable of feeling emotions. No guilt, no love, nothing. Moving on to number 6, we have Angela Simpson.
Right.
You murdered this man.
Yes.
You tortured him.
Of course.
This is an interview with killer Angela Simpson. She was arrested.
Did she have the gloves on as well?
After torturing and killing a man in a wheelchair for snitching. During this interview, she tells exactly what happened, how she did it, and why. The scariest part is how forward she is about this all. She doesn't care that she's going to prison or that she killed someone.
You're not here to pretend to be remorseful.
Of course not. Why would I do that?
Are you remorseful?
Not at all.
She's not remorseful at all, and she's
lady talking right now with Harley Davidson. I didn't know she was remorseful. Thanks for repeating what she just fucking said. Yeah, all of a sudden I'm blind. I can't hear. Guys, you guys know how blind people can't hear? That makes sense, right?
About everything.
To my house. Walked him down the street. I don't know why the media acts like the motherfucker couldn't walk. He walked very well. Walked him upstairs, kicked his ass.
Like, imagine being okay with taking someone's life. This interview sends shivers down my spine just listening to her.
Yeah, my spine
fluid
fluid's having an
stillness in
orgasm.
her body and the calmness in her voice. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with Manuel Vela. In 2016, a 28-year-old man, Manuel Vela, was arrested after killing his girlfriend and their unborn baby. In this interview, you can tell that Manuel suffered from schizophrenia. He claims that the father told him to kill his girlfriend and her baby. Keep in mind, he is the father to her baby. And then he says that he is the Antichrist.
And that's where I cut her open, when he told me to.
Who told you to?
The father, it's just
weirdo.
The same one who was to communicate with Jesus Christ is when he was here.
Although it seems like he is intoxicated during this interview, he is not. He's just experiencing hallucinations and delusions. In this interview, he also claims he would receive commands from outer space and extraterrestrials. A lot of people found this interview disturbing, just because you can see how far gone Manuel is. He's no longer in control of himself. In our 4th spot, we have Arthur Shawcross. Arthur John Shawcross was an American serial killer in Rochester, New York. His first 2 murders were committed in 1972. He was caught for both and then sentenced to 25 years. But after serving 15 years, he was released on parole. That's when he continued on with the killings and took the lives of 11 different people. His interview is creepy for a number of reasons.
Do you remember killing her?
Yeah, possibly.
What the fuck? Look at his neck, bro. Look at that fucking neck.
The chills. He's just twitching and his voice is just...
Look at his neck. But he's got that whole beer belly body build.
so unnerving. But it gets worse once he starts talking about his crimes.
How did you kill her?
Probably strangulation.
How do you know when they're dead?
How? I don't know, just do.
You can see that he won't admit it directly. He says maybe he killed her and maybe she died by strangulation. It gets worse.
I reach over my shoulder like this, right behind my neck, and I pull out a brand new machete. When she backed out, I come up behind her.
He's just a ruthless killer. In our third spot, we have Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy was an infamous serial killer who was responsible for murdering 30 women. Although it's thought that this number may be even higher. He would often kill these women in brutal ways. In his interviews, he shows...
Dude, I remember, they made like 3 movies on this guy. This guy basically used his looks to lure people to him. It's terrifying. I know he like would take them... I know there's like apparently like what he would do is like he would pretend he would have like a broken leg or some shit, and then he would get some like girl or whatever to help him, then he would like knocked him out. It's fucked up. So fucked. This guy terrifies me, honestly. Out of all the serial killers, probably Ted Bundy was the worst. John Wayne Gacy was pretty bad too, but this guy, I mean, they're all bad, but like this guy was the most eerie.
No remorse for his actions, and the calm tone of his voice is very disturbing.
I can see how certain feelings and ideas developed in me to the point where I began to act out on them. Certain very violent and very destructive feelings.
Throughout this whole interview, Bundy tries to gain sympathy from the interviewer and the audience. You can see how he's trying to manipulate your emotions, which is terrifying. A lot of people commented saying that Bundy is trying to act human in these interviews. He knows exactly what to say and how to say it to manipulate you.
It was like something had, say, snapped, that I knew that I couldn't control it anymore, that these barriers that I had learned as a child, that had been instilled in me, were not enough to hold me back with respect to seeking out and harming somebody.
It's a huge reason why he was so famous and had a huge media following. Moving on at number 2, we have Beth Thomas. Beth Thomas was a young girl featured in a documentary titled The Child of Rage. At such a young age...
Child of Rage, mama!
Beth displayed psychopathic tendencies, including harming her brother on a number of occasions and trying to kill her parents. Her parents were terrified of her and her brother Jonathan's safety, as they should be. Take a look at her interview.
Why is your brother afraid of you?
Because I hurt him so much.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what, at nighttime, what do your parents do to your door?
Lock it shut.
Why do they lock it shut?
Because they don't want me to hurt John.
So on a number of occasions, Beth would go into her brother's room at night to try and kill him. On top of that, she used to steal knives from the kitchen to try and harm her family with.
Big sharp ones.
And what do you want to do with those knives?
Kill John and Mommy with them, and Daddy.
That's not all. Here is her recounting the time she hurt Jonathan.
And what happened to your brother? Tell me about it.
His head hurt real bad, but his chin, he had to have stitches in it.
Now apparently doctors deemed that she acted this way as part of her traumatic past. Now it's said that after years of therapy, she is now a healthy adult. And in our number one spot, we have Jeffrey Dahmer.
I desensitized myself to it.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Weird ass motherfucker. Everyone saw that documentary.
Between 1878 to 1991, American serial killer Jeffrey...
Yeah, go to clubs and then hit on people and then drug them and then kill them. So that's gotta be one of the worst ways to die. Getting drugged and dying? Hell no.
Dahmer murdered and dismembered 17 men and boys. He would pack the victims' body parts into plastic bags and bury them behind his parents' home. He would also take disturbing photographs of his deceased victims and keep certain body parts as souvenirs. He also had tendencies to eat the victims.
Weird.
This gave him the name the Milwaukee Cannibal, or the Milwaukee Monster. Upon
God, nobody likes you.
Searching his home, police found albums full of pictures of body parts, and his place was filled with human remains. Before his death, Jeffrey had an interview with Inside Edition and other news channels. In these interviews, he shares gory details about the men he killed and why he did it.
One time I brought this young man back to the hotel room, the Ambassador Hotel. Was just planning on drugging him and spending the night with him. I had no intention of hurting him.
What's creepy is how calm he is talking about all this. Like, he's murdered so many people and shows no remorse, just like all the other serial killers on this list.
I was handcuffed, and it was just the realization that there was no point in trying to hide my actions anymore.
Hearing him say that he kept the dead with him as long as possible makes me sick. When police raided his house, they found heads were in the fridge and freezer. 2 skulls were on display in the house, and they found a 57-gallon drum filled with decomposing bodies in his room. Alright guys, that was
crazy. Well, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Which one of those interviews was the most creepy? If you enjoyed the scary content or scary features to do, I'll see you next one. Peace.